Alfie's here as well. We've got the live happening, a live stream again. Welcome, hello, and hope you're having as good a day as I am. I don't know if you can see outside or not. You may not have the good view. We can grab this view, I believe. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think we can do this. If we look out that window, no, it's black. You see, it doesn't lend itself too well. There we go. So we've got a little bit of an outside view there showing potentially some sun. I'm just going to fix it up a tiny bit, maybe like that. It's autumn, but it's sunny, a sunny autumn day, and it's lovely. And I've got my which one are we at? This one? That one? This one? This one? This one? Oh my gosh. I've got my coffee, so I'm going to have a bit of a long chat. A long chat today because I've got a few things. Am I maybe too low now? Damn, I can't get that middle ground. I'm either too high or I'm too low. Whoop. And we've lost our laptop. There we go. So if I go maybe like that even. Yeah, so today I've applied for a job. I don't have a lot of work going on with my hardware store job, which I'm not going to say the store name, but you'll know who it is. It's got a ings at the end and it rhymes with bun. You can guess what that is. So, I was working there. From November through to about March, full-time pretty much, in a contracted full-time contracted position, but I thought it was full-time permanent. I signed a contract and I mustn't have read it correctly, and the contract finished 31st of March, and now I'm on casual since the 1st of April. And so what's happening is I thought I had a whole lot of work, but there was some error made with the schedule, and my roster now is cut back to 0 days at this point. I was going to work next Wednesday, I thought, but no, that's been canned. So I'm looking around for other bits and pieces that I can do. So I'm now. Oh, can you hear the plane? I reckon you can. Sorry about that. I can't do much about it. The reason I'm doing more live streams, is because I'm pretty busy and I don't have a lot of time to do edits anymore for video editing. So I'll be doing more and more streams. I'll do long format videos as well, but not as frequently. So these streams are great because, like I said, I can just set everything up, bang, and we go do a quick stream, say howdy doody, update everybody, talk about stuff that's on my mind, and then go and leave it. It's done because it's live. I love that. I've got I don't know if you can see it there. I haven't got a view of any of this, but I've got the ORTP microphones, the Rode NT5s, plugged into the audio mixer for left and right channel, and what they do is it's pointing out roughly what a head would look like. So you've got one ear and one other ear with the microphones being positioned roughly the size of a person's head, so that then you can emulate someone talking into your right ear there and your left ear there, apparently. So let me know if that is working to my expectation. I'll look at it and listen to this later on as well, but I'd love to hear feedback from people to see whether the sound is, oh, that's amazing, or there's no difference. You can just use one microphone, doesn't matter. I'd like to get your feedback on that. I will use that setup though for doing field recording. I've got a whole lot of stuff in the way though. I actually wanted to show you. Oh yeah, I can move this. Sorry, it's going to make a bit of noise in a second. I'm going to move this out a bit. Because I want to show you this sound recording equipment that I've got. I love it. cost a small fortune, but totally worth it, in my humble opinion. So what I'm doing to make money, I'll show you this as well in the interim, is I'm using this. So this is a Ryobi Link system. That's back to front. And in there it's got all the compartments. I have all of my audio equipment in this top layer. It fits onto a trolley. Whoa! Oh, sorry about that. That's the microphones. Fits onto a trolley so that I can use 2 wheels and a handle to migrate and move my sound equipment between movie sets and busking and stuff in here in the shack as well. So yeah, I've got, very noisy. I've got that clear topped one. I've got this non-see-through one. It's about the same. No, it's slightly deeper. It's empty at the moment, but I've got an idea to put stuff in that. And then I've got the actual trolley, which is like 2 times as thick as that last one, 3 times as thick as that clear top one, with all this stuff in it. So the thing that I've got in the bottom tray that I want to show you, it's like show and tell time, is oh, where is it? What do I do with it? There it is my favourite things, actually. Make sure it's close. There we go. One of my. What was that? Did you hear what I heard? Something just smashed. Oh yeah, I know it was. It's all right. We're good. We're good. So this thing here, it's in a Shure microphone bag. Is that back to front again? Can you read that? It's looking at me like it's back to front. I think it's back to front. So that is housing this, which is my Tascam X8 porta capture. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Over here 7, 8 inputs, and a Bluetooth connection as well for remote control off an app on the phone. So all together, this device is a field recorder, sound recording device, but it's also got USB-C for charging batteries, running off battery, but also being a audio I/O device. So 8 in and 2 out. So left and right out for stereo output, so you can hear through an amplifier what you recorded, and 8 in, so 8 recording devices, instruments, line level, so it means like another mixer or piece of audio equipment, or guitars and instruments. So I can get 4 phono type instruments in there, or 4 XLR microphones in there, plus I won't take it off, but there's microphones in here which you can configure for AB or XY, or take them off completely and plug other microphones into it. This is awesome because it's got a built-in mixer. I use that for my busking rig to mix up different audio signals, voice and guitar, and hopefully bass. So that is exciting. That little piece of gear is a lifesaver. I have a sip of my coffee because it's sitting there getting cold. I'm pressing the shift key often so that I can wake up the computer. And I'm using a really cheapy camera, the webcam on the laptop as a proper camera. Because this one over here, which is, no, that one there, this is the my main camera, my A camera, which everyone, if they could see what it was, everyone would give me so much grief over using this instead of a more expensive camera, which I've actually got. But I just love the form factor. I'm not even going to tell you what it is. It's I'm going to keep you guessing. I think I've given enough hints in other videos. But yeah, I've got that view over there. Why am I showing you this again? I don't know why I'm showing you this, to be honest. And I got another view over here with a webcam, which I was going to throw out, believe it or not, but I thought, no, I could use that. It gives us a bit of a wider view of the shack, so I can do things over there. It's a bit of a show and tell video, this one, so forgive me if I ramble. Just while we're at it, I've got a overhead rig which I made up from PVC piping, which I'm going to use once I've got a certain project taken care of. Just want to try and hide the light so we can get a good exposure there. Yeah, so I'm excited to show you all a bit more about what's going on in the shack over time. But I can't do it right now because I've got something I'm working on which I need to clear this table of. Then I can do my overhead shots with this camera. This camera is so good. This is the Canon EOS M6 Mark II. This is really quite powerful. It's not that expensive because they discontinued it. The Canon have gone and done the R series mirrorless cameras in place of the EOS M. So they went up to what, M, the M1, M2, M3, then they jumped to M6, then an M5, then an M50, then an M10, then an M50. Did I do 50 twice? I think I did. Then they did the M50 Mark II and the M6 Mark II, and then they stopped and they went to the R mirrorless cameras. So this is an M mount lens, which is discontinued, but there's a couple of lenses that I've bought, and there's one more that I want to get. 38mm M apparently is very, very good. So currently I've got the kit 18 to 55, and that's actually really good as well. I'm very happy with that. That does 3.5K resolution, not quite 4K. Some places tell you it's 4K. It's not proper 4K, but it's still very impressive. I'm liking it a lot. So what have I got to do today? So I've applied for a job back in IT, but I'm hoping I don't get it because I'm liking what I'm doing right now. So working part-time in a hardware store, the one I told you about. I'm doing movies, doing sound recording. Oh, I got to show you. This is awesome. This is pistol grip microphone, wind muff, dead cat, just to make sure that audio is captured quite accurately and well in all kinds of conditions. So you could be out in a gale with this, and because it's got 3 layers of hair, it just stops the wind hitting the microphone inside. So inside this, I've got a Sennheiser MKE600, which is a shotgun mic. It's about yay long, sits about there, and it picks up noise in one direction, mostly only, so straight ahead where you're aiming the pistol grip, hence pistol grip, pistol shooting, aiming. So it's aiming where you want it to be picking up the noise, the volume and voices from. Predominantly, movies are going to be like voice, and you do a bit of Foley or noise, atmospheric noise capture on these things as well. But this, oh man, it's so good. I'm blown away by the sounds you can record without any wind noise whatsoever. It's great, mate. So sorry, I keep hitting the microphone stand. So with that boom mic, is what it's called, with its pistol grip furry dead cat on top, and in conjunction with these 2 NT5 Rhodes, I can get really good instrument recordings and sound recordings, like what am I calling it? Field recordings, I think they will call it, out and about using ORTF, so emulating human hearing, and then capturing sound with that Sennheiser microphone. That is ideally suited, the MKE600, ideally suited for outdoor recording more than indoor, because it's so sensitive. You can pick up noises from hundreds of meters away, basically. And these less powerful, or not less powerful, but just less. They're not designed for picking up noises from a long way away in one. Well, they are for one direction, but these NT5s are basically designed for picking up instruments, especially acoustic, like guitar or violin. And they're a paired, matching pair, so they have the same characteristics. So you can place one near the neck, one near the bridge, for example, and then pick up the full sound with the appropriate mixing of the instrument that you want, or accentuate one part of an instrument to pick up the noise that is most pleasing. So match pair is really cool. It's all second-hand gear, except the MKE 600 and the blimp itself, or the pistol whip. The Tascam, I bought that new as well. It's all pretty pricey, but pretty much everything else, except that M6 camera that was bought new as well, everything else is pretty much second hand that I've got, or a very, very cheap version of more expensive equipment. Because I seriously hate spending money. As much as my wife, my accountant, would disagree, I actually hate spending money on things unless I can bodgy, modify, or change what I currently have. Or get hand-me-downs from people who have good quality gear that I can barter, buy, sell, swap, kill for. Joking. Or am I? I'm joking. Maybe I'm not. I am joking. I'm not sure you heard that. I am joking, of course. What else is there? So the reason I'm telling you all this is that things have changed. Things have changed in the Harris household. I still love IT. Don't get me wrong. Love technology. Love working with techo teams. I love business. I like all that stuff. So it's not that I'm sick of IT or anything like that. It's more I think IT got sick of me. And they said, no longer shall we employ you and give you lots of money. You go out and work like a real person. So that's what I've been doing. I'm trying to get back in, but I've got to be honest. I'm loving meeting the people that I'm doing, especially movies with. Alfie's just tiptoed into the shack. The movie side of things, man, I am loving it so much. I've met some really cool people. And they've even inspired me to write a script. And I've written a script for a sci-fi comedy drama movie. It's only going to be a short because I want to start with a small project. Like YouTube videos like this are fun and great, but they're not technically challenging to the point where I feel pressure to do a really, 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 really good job. I'm just doing the absolute bare minimum. Sorry to tell you that, but I'm sure you've seen from the other videos what I mean by the bare minimum. I'm doing the bare minimum, but at the same time trying to learn from my mistakes, so improve a little bit every time. But you know, it's technically it's interesting and challenging, and I like it. But I really think that making movies is where it's really at. Like being able to tell a story far out and to do it visually, that's really interesting to me. So, because believe it or not, I used to be a funny kid. I used to be funny, and I used to be able to make people laugh with stories. And I think I lost that over the years working in IT, where they want you to be serious and so boring and grown up and all that. I really absolutely hate that. So I'm going back to my roots as a child, and I'm becoming more and more immature as I get older, I'm afraid. So I'm really happy to report that the inner child has emerged. Welcome back. And if it's not your bag, it's not your bag. That's fine. See you later. I'm enjoying myself, so I'll continue to do so. The challenge I've got now is to get enough work in the movie business, hopefully doing sound recording. So this is editing Andrew in the past, in between two takes where I lost video, and I had audio still strangely. So I'm going to snip this little video in between where I was talking and realized I had not been streaming live, therefore not recording, but I was recording locally onto a hard drive, and explain what's happened over the top of me talking about something totally irrelevant. So what's happened is the stream wasn't started properly, my bad. Realized halfway through, started it, and then realized that I've got to now stitch it all together. So that's what all of that discussion in the background was about. So let's ignore that and continue on now with where I left off. So sorry, shouldn't happen again. All that good rubbish, chappies, and tally ho, and good luck. Again, hello and welcome. Let me get I'm going to start again, basically, I think. Let's see. Where? Yep, yeah, right, there we go. Okay, so look, I just wasted about half an hour of everyone's time by talking into an empty stream bucket. So, interesting times ahead. Yeah, what I might do, I'll reverse engineer this whole clip, and I'll put the first half of this live coming in now, and then cut it, and then at the end of that live continue on. So we're continuing on now in the future. It's all messed up. Big way. Anyway, you can review what and I'm not going to repeat it. So I'll edit this video somehow. I've got it recorded, so it should be right. It's getting very warm now. I'm going to take my helmet off. Yes, I'm bald. Completely. You see? No hair. Looks a bit different, I know. Somehow I think I need hair back, but I'm not getting it back in a hurry at all, so I'll live with what I've got. I'm happy with it. I'm very happy with the setup I've got here, by the way, in terms of the Shack broadcasting live. I'm doing it more and more, as I said before, because I enjoy not having to do a whole lot of editing. I'll do a bit of editing on this, but I do enjoy editing. It's just I'm a bit short of time at the moment, so I'm looking to save time by not editing as much, and live lends itself to not doing much editing. Time for a sip of coffee. Delicious. Which reminds me, I bought a whole lot of coffee parts for my coffee machine, which was secondhand from a friend, $30 purchase. It's a Seiko Via Venezia, and I've ordered a wand to do the milk frothing. I've ordered replacement parts for the portafilter itself and the portafilter, I don't know what it's called, the extractor part of it. And there's a whole lot of other O-rings and seals and things like that. Seals, you get it? So I'm going to replace those things. And I also got a couple of packages today, so I'll open them semi-off screen in case they're embarrassing things. They're not. Let's have a look. What is this? Oh, this one's good. I'm going on a trip soonish overseas, so I wanted something where I can take my iPhone and then transfer files, in particular pictures, off. You can't see it, but there's a camera over there which I'm going to take with me. It's got an SD card, and I can't go SD card straight into iPhone without this adapter. So I bought it for $16, I think, from Amazon. Amazon is crazy cheap. And I ordered it like a day or a night or something ago. And so it's so convenient. I know it's... I'm just spending lots and lots of $16 here, $16 there, but man, it's so good. That means now I can plug that into the bottom of my iPhone 11 Pro, I think it is, 11 Max Pro or something, whatever they call it. And that'll go micro SD to SD, oh sorry, not two, but I can read either micro SD or standard SD into my iPhone with a lightning port, and then into my photographics collection. Fantastic. Charging. You know what they call these in America? You know how they stick into the wall, and then you've got that bit that sticks out there, you plug your USB cable into. That part sticking out of the wall, because it sticks out of the wall when it's plugged in and it looks like a wart, they call them wall warts in America. A wall wart. That is the most disgusting thing I've ever heard in my life. Why would you call a piece of technology a wall wart? A wart. So yeah, wall warts. There's my white collection of tech tools. I've got another box here as well, and I've got a feeling I know what this is, but it came in way too quick if it is what I think it is. Got to get a knife. Hold on. Oh dear. Can you hear me? I imagine you can. Okay. This is a Leatherman tool from Masters, which was a competitor to one of the hardware stores that I work for, and it was $35 on sale. Normally about $135 or $150. This is the Leatherman Wingman. The Leatherman Wingman. Not the pilot, the Wingman. So, cutting this way. Very nice. Cutting this way. Oh dear, that's not right. Yeah, here. Not very nice. There we go, got it. I'm going to actually cut up. Oh, that's a really weird box. Alright, I'm going to try and open it this way. I don't think that's the way to open it. It's not. Let's go this way. There we go. Alright, whiten the heel. There's some black thing in here. And it's got the weirdest box I've ever seen in my life. It's like it's got a diagonally opposing openings. Oh, God. I don't know, I cannot use it. Yeah, look at that. These, oh, good God, these are big motorcycle mirrors. That's too big. Far out. Oh, yeah, my God. I bought the wrong ones. I could send it back, I guess. I could try to look to see what the... Oh, you know what? I could even resurrect. Might even resurrect the mirror on the... I don't know. I'll check it out. I'll see what I can do. But these are... I broke a mirror on the motorcycle yesterday, but that's almost as big as my head. Like that's ridiculous. You know what I mean? That's that's just huge. Why would you have that big? Crazy people. Anyway, see if I can. It's just so big. See if I can modify this in some way, shape, or form. No, impossible. I think I'm disappointed, I must say. Although legally, I can still. I'll whack them on because I don't have a mirror. Legally, I need mirrors on there. So what I'll do, I'll put these on in the interim. They're so big. It's so ridiculous. Oh my God. The thing that I really want is this part. I want that part to go over the handlebar, and then I can attach the mirrors to that. I've got a feeling they're not going to work. Yeah, that's just so big. So big. I didn't know that. On the picture, it looks small. There you go. You got to check twice. I didn't check twice, did I? Next time I'll investigate dimensions. But I think I'll order another set that fits into that hole. Oh God. Okay. So there's my show and tell for the goodies, but very, very happy to get that earlier than expected. I'll test that out later, dude. I do have to, yeah. When the reason that the motorbike mirror broke was because the motorbike hadn't been started in maybe a week and a half. Had a lot of rain. The rain basically soaked the starter push button. The push button got stuck when I started it and was basically engaging the starter motor while the engine was running for a few minutes. And in that time, a whole lot of oil got pumped at higher pressure than normal throughout the engine, and it started to actually go in over the head of the engine, I think, into the exhaust and pool in the bottom of the exhaust pipe. And then, of course, as the engine warmed up and the exhaust pipe warmed up, it would warm and cook the oil, and it would smoke like crazy. I mean, like crazy. And this is the day, the very morning of the day that I booked in the bike to get its rego checked. So I pull up to the service station with rego papers in hand with this nearly on fire motorbike saying, "Will it pass rego, please?" And it did. I don't know how. There's a lady who was sure it was going to catch on fire. Somehow I knew it wouldn't. I rode it home successfully, and on the way back, blew most of the smoke away and most of the oil away as well. So there's a residual amount left. It smokes a little bit now, so I'm going to get some detergent and basically soak all that and get all that oil off there, and then hopefully have enough time for the sun to dry it. And then if it can't, I'll just burn it off. As I ride it. As I ride it. So with my sound bag, my sound trolley case down there, there's a whole lot of stuff that is needed to make sound work. And I've recently discovered that the priority for making really good movie recordings should be around having a boom mic, like the Dead Cat pistol grip with the Sennheiser microphone installed. That kind of quality is the priority for getting really good dialogue in a movie. And you put that overhead. And the microphones that I'm talking into now are kind of where you want the boom to be, if not even closer. So we're about 90 centimeters away, 80 to 90 centimeters away right now. That's might be even a bit too far. So if it's more like 50 to 60, maybe 70 centimeters would be ideal. You get that by putting the microphone on a big pole and then what they call booming it. So you boom that microphone over the top of the actors. If you can't do it over the top, then the next best one is to go from the bottom. So you get the pistol grip, turn it upside down and point it towards the actors' mouths from their feet almost. The problem with that is you'll pick up feet noises and noises on the ground, moving cables, footsteps, all kinds of stuff like that as well. And they do block out a lot of that noise because it's a super cardioidal microphone. It'll basically pick up things directly in front of it and reject most sounds from the sides or the back, but not all, not all. So if you can't boom from the top, try booming from the bottom. If you can't boom from the bottom, then try and put the boom mic somewhere close to where the actors are. And if you can't get close enough, then you use lavalier or lav microphones, which are the microphones that they attach. They used to say to attach, well, they still do. People still think that you attach those lavalier microphones to people's skin. But if you do that, the biggest problem with the lav microphones is that when something rubs against the top of the capsule, it creates that scratchy noise, like that noise like that. So you don't want to do that. You want to try and prohibit anything touching the top of the plastic capsule, the tip. And so what you do is you put soft cloth around the top of the capsule without blocking the capsules, because you want sound waves to come in and hit the top of the lav microphone, but you don't want clothing or hair or skin or anything to hit it to make that buffering noise. And wind coming in is the equivalent to that. The pressure of the wind hitting and moving that diaphragm in and out is what is causing that wind noise. So to hide the lav behind clothing will stop the wind, but you've got to also then protect the top of the lav from clothing, hair, skin, etc. So rather than attach to skin, I always attach it to the clothing with the microphone head pointing out. And apparently the best place for a lav mic is actually on the top of the head, in amongst your hair. So you'll see sometimes people tape in a lav microphone in hair and then run it down the back and the neck and put the transceiver in the back somewhere. When I heard that, I thought that's crazy, but that's actually the best place to put a lav, is on the top of the head, because your voice is being projected out and it'll pick up the sound waves nicely. The next best place is in the sternum, so with the ladies in between the bosoms right there, for the men right there. The ladies is easy. You can get a clip and attach it to a bra, and then it won't touch clothing, won't touch skin, and you get really good audio there. For the men, it's a bit different. If they've got big muscles, then generally, yeah, you can get away with it in the same spot without too much hassle, but you wouldn't, you'd obviously attach it to the inside of the shirt, double-sided tape. I'll do a separate video on this because it's really interesting. The amount of misinformation out there for lav microphones is astounding. There are people that still insist on attaching the lav to skin, and I don't know if you've ever had tape attached to your skin, but for a man with hair on his chest, and then you try and rip that tape off, it stings, baby. Yeah, it stings. And it also doesn't stop clothing from rubbing against the microphone. So, you know, it's not a great solution. But over the 3 movies and multiple days and weeks of recording, actors and actresses, I guess all actors now, and getting the lav just right, I've discovered that that's the best solution, is to use double-sided tape. Tape one side of the lav with a furry thing on the back to rub against your skin or hair, and then the other side attached firmly to the clothing. So the clothing moves and it smoothly glides over the top of skin or hair or other material, and it doesn't make any noise. Or if it does, it's a really subdued, kind of appropriate noise, because it's going to be generated when someone's moving vigorously, and you're expecting there to be some kind of noise when someone's moving. So it's not totally eliminating it in some cases. Most it is, but in some cases it doesn't. And in some cases you'll hear a bit of noise and it's actually appropriate. But that is getting back to the equation there, that's the fourth and last option, is a lav microphone. The boom mic is the one to go for in the first 3 instances: overhead, underhead, or somewhere close by. And if you can't do those 3, then you've got the lav. Which takes me to this last point. The Rode Wireless Pro lav system. Oh, it's actually very impressive. And I'm glad I bought it, because I wasn't able to use the boom overhead, underhead, or near actors in some instances. So we had to use the lavs, and it actually proved to be a really good backup source of recordings for the movies too. And you can mix and blend the sound together to create some pretty, not effects so much, but just to capture all the audio that you want to in the way that you want. It comes with 2 cases. One has got the receiver and then 2 transmitters, and one has got the actual lav microphones and the associated cables and bits and pieces to feed into it all. So there's 2 lav mics there, a red and a blue. What I've done, standard they come with a black thing where the red and blue, so green and blue bands are. What I did was I had to do it this way because I was getting mixed up with which transmitter was which, because they're not labelled. So what I did was I put stickies on, 1 and 2, 1 and 2 on the transmitters, and then a separate blue and green. I don't want to take them out because they start powering up and doing things. To identify which is which. So this receiver is going to receive transmitter 1 and 2, and we've got transmitter 1 over here and transmitter 2 here with a associated sticker on it as well. And I want to get another set, so I've got 4, hence I've got 1 and 2, the next one's going to be 3 and 4. So we can kind of separate all of the transceivers, transmitters, receivers amongst those 2 sets, and it'll make it easier in post-production to work out who's saying what, where, when. So that's the only thing that I've got to criticise against the Rode system, is they didn't label each individual component as well as they could have. It's interesting because the file name for the sound actually is reflected in the naming of these devices in Windows Explorer or in Finder and the Mac. So that's really cool, but the actual unit itself, looking at it, you can't tell the difference between transmitter 1 and transmitter 2. You can for the receiver, because it's got different buttons and a different screen. That's why I went to the trouble of putting those on. It works quite well. I'm very, very happy with this, I've got to tell you. Very happy. One of the best things I've put money towards. Yeah, it's good. Saved my bacon. Saved my bacon. That's pretty much all the toys I've got for making movies. I'm going to do another video at another time for the busking setup, because it's still probably 4/5 of the way there now, and it's been taking such a long time to get to this stage. I've got one more app to configure, which is S2E2. So basically the heart of the busking rig is a thing called Loopy Pro, and all of these apps are just apps running on an iPad mini, which is the one behind my chair you can't see. That iPad mini runs Loopy Pro. Loopy Pro reaches out to the other apps in the iPad, one of them being Digistix for drum, and I've got to work out how to do the drums on that. And the other one is a program called Crunk, which turns the iPad into a combination cabinet and amp mix. So I can get a Fender amp and a Fender cabinet, or an orange amp and a different make of cabinet, and mix all those sounds together, overdrive them, underdrive them. I've got all of the dials and things like that to make any sound that I want, pretty much using emulation software running on an iPad. It's so impressive. It's $50 for the app, so it's pretty pricey. The Digistix 2 is about the same cost, but totally worth it from the sound I'm getting. And there's another app that I've got it's a synthesizer, but it emulates, with setting it the correct way, it'll emulate a bass using the E and the A strings on a guitar, so it gives it a really good fuzz effect kind of thing. But I love it, absolutely love the sound. So with that iPad, I can have drums, bass, using this MIDI keyboard controller. I don't think you can see it there either. I can actually use it as a synthesizer or keyboard as well for background melody or rhythm, etc. And then on top of that, I can play my guitar and then sing as well. Because that microphone you can see there, this is a Shure SM58. I'm trying to educate myself with microphones as well now. This is really good for vocals. I've got the equivalent Shure SM57 for instruments, but it's also a pretty good mic for even vocals as well. But they're designed SM57 for instruments, SM58 for voice. And that's all being powered from Ryobi 18 volt 1 Plus gardening tool batteries. I've got 6 of them, so I think I can last a whole day converting the DC 18 volt Ryobi battery into a 240 volt AC power outlet. I've got 2 ways of doing it. So between 6 batteries, I can obviously have 3 between the 2 outlets, and that's hopefully going to last me most of the day. And I think I only need 1 to power everything that I've got here. So the iPad's hooked up to a USB hub. USB hub is hooked up to the mixer, that Tascam audio recorder, as an audio interface, and that hooks up to the Akai MIDI keyboard controller for keyboard and drum pads. And microphone gets powered off that. I've got a 5G internet router, which is also powered off that Ryobi battery. The iPhone, which I need to make calls on or whatever, and the iPad to be powered off that as well. So I've also got an iRig Blue board, which is powered off batteries on its own, and then a Boss EV30 expression pedal. So all that is mobile, all that folds up into this Ryobi trolley, which I'm using for the sound at the moment, but I'm doubling up to be able to use that as a chair and a transport piece of gear to move things around, because I've got a little PV 50 watt amp as well, keyboard amp, so it'll handle bass, guitar, singing. So what I'm impressed with this though is when I finish it, I'll show you what it looks like. I'll be able to basically put that in the back of the car, get on a train, go to the city, set it up, busk, dismantle it all, and then all without having to get any power from anyone. I just bring my own power with me. I love it. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be so much fun. Plus, I can set it up here in the shack and do live stream music. And so when I've got enough songs under my belt and I'm feeling confident enough to be able to do that, I'll do a live show as well. So see what I'm doing? What I'm saying is that I'm busy trying to find work in IT. I'm busy working at a hardware store, busy trying to get movie things happening. Oh, with the movie thing too, what I'm trying to do there is also get a video production company going. So I'm going around to local businesses and seeing if they want to get any videos made up to promote their business online. So using TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, just ads basically. See if they want any help with that. So I've got to set up a website, and I think I've already got a YouTube channel called The Video Guy. So that's my name of the business, The Video Guy. And I'll do videos for clients. Yeah. And hopefully that will then fund making movies, because that's what I really want to do. I really want to make movies and music. But music's always going to be there, so I'll let that be where it is. And movies, we'll see what we can do there. Yeah, it's just too much fun. I just love this kind of stuff, that's all. I don't know why, but I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Now, I'm going to check to see if anyone is online while I'm online and wants to have a chit chat. There is one view. I think that might be me. So maybe not me, because they started at 1:56 and left around 1:58. I can't say that I blame you. And I'm just looking at the video stream. It's actually really bad angle, so I can see why they left. But anyway, there you go. So I'll edit this video and rearrange things like I said. We can then meet up again in the future. I will we'll see if we've got any more views that we want to. That's interesting. I think we were actually on the wrong camera all that time, were we? As you can see, I've got a fair bit of work to do in getting myself set up so that we can be a bit more professional. But what can I say? You live and learn. So thank you very much for joining moi. And on that note, I think I'm pointing at the right one. I am. Thank God for that. I will see you in the next one. Take it easy. Goodbye and good night wherever you are in the world. Enjoy your life, because it is short and it will fly past before you know it. So live your life, live your dreams, do what you want to do, and you can say fuck the rest. Goodbye now.